Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and it's Friday. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the Warhammer Friday show. It's certainly been another good week for Age of Sigmar with lots of articles to have a look at and some really cool rules for some of the new models. And of course we saw the new Christmas battle boxes revealed for the first time. So I've picked out some of the highlights of the week to go through and bring you up to date with all the news. We'll also be doing the Star of the Week award and Loser of the Week. I've got to say, this week was difficult to pick a loser. It was actually pretty good. A big thanks to my sponsors and supporters and to you for clicking on their links. I'll put some down below so you can go and check out their products. Save up to 20% on everything you need for your hobby as well. And if you're around Liskeard, Cornwall on Monday the 30th of October, come and join me for the Monster Mashup at the Little Shop DVD and Games. We'll be playing some Moonstone and dressing up too. It's going to be an awesome evening. Right, let's get on with it then. And if you saw the online preview from last Sunday, you may have seen all these models already that came out for Age of Sigmar now. These are up for pre-order. And if you want to check that out, I'll link to that video at the end of this one. There were so many models. Cities of Sigmar just got so much. And we also saw a new dragon, something awesome for Sylvaneth that we'll be focusing on later on. And on Monday, I did a video going through all the confirmed prices. So I'll link to those at the end of this one if you'd like to check them out. But I think the highlight of the week has to be the Christmas Battle Forces. We got to see these box sets for the first time all together. There's going to be 6 for Warhammer 40,000. So not as many as last year, but 6 pretty solid sets, I guess. And then you've also got 4 for Age of Sigmar. So certainly not as many as we saw last year. I believe it was 7 for Age of Sigmar last time. And getting the short straw here maybe as far as numbers are concerned. But some pretty well put together sets. I'll put a link at the end of this video so you can have a look at the Christmas Battle Force video I did to see them in detail. But let's have a quick recap and have a look at the sets, starting with the League of Votann. This is the Defenders of the Ancestors box. You're going to get 10 Einhir Hearthguard, an Einhir Champion, a Hecaton Land Fortress, a Grimnir and a Sagittor ATV. Then there's the Beast Snagger Stampede for the Orcs, and altogether here you're going to get Mosrog Scragbad, 3 Squighog Boys, a Knob on a Smasher Squig, and then you're going to get a Pain Boss Medic and a mob of 10 Beast Snagger Boys, and a Psychostrapped Killrig as well. If tanks are your thing, you might like the Cadian Defence Force. Awesome to get 2 of these really cool tanks included. So 2 Rogaldorn tanks, 20 Cadian Shock Troops, and a 5 model Cadian Command Squad. Probably the most uninspired set of them all is the Space Marine Spearhead Force. 15 new Jump Pack Intercessors, Captain with Jump Pack, and you're also going to get 3 Outriders and an Invader ATV. As someone commented in the video previously, it would have been a really nice addition to not put so many of those Jump Pack Intercessors in and stick a Chaplain on bike in there maybe. That might have been a good way to go, and I certainly agree. That would have made it a bit more interesting. Or a Dreadnought, as someone else said. That would be a really good idea. Tyranids next though with the Onslaught Swarm. This is going to go really well with your Leviathan box set. You're going to get 20 Hormagaunts, 10 Gene Stealers, a pair of Ripper Swarms, a Hive Tyrant who you can also build as a Swarm Lord, and then the huge Norn Emissary as well. Then we've got Exalted of the Red Angel, and so here you're going to get Khorne with Angron, Demon Primarch of Khorne. There's going to be 10 Khorne Berserkers and 6 Exalted 8-bound. Let's have a quick look at Age of Sigmar then with the Primordial Star Host for the Seraphon, and these are going to be led by a Slann Starmaster. You're going to get 10 Saurus Warriors, 3 Kroxigor that you can build as Warspawned if you wanted to, 3 Agradon Lancers, and the Hunters of Huanchi, the Warband, and that's really great. That includes the Terror Rings as well. The Praetorian Spearhead next, and here you're going to get the Arch Cavalos Xantos, 5 Cavalos Death Riders, 20 Mortek Guard, a Gothizar Harvester, and 4 Morghast Akai, which you can build as Morghast Harbingers. Then the Warhorde of Eternus for the Slaves to Darkness give you Eternus, Blade of the First Prince, 3 Ogwaried Therodons, 5 Chaos Knights, 5 Chaos Chosen, and 10 Chaos Warriors. And finally, you've got the Vengorian Court, where you'll get 5 Blood Knights, 20 Death Rattle Skeletons, 10 Direwolves, 3 Fellbats, and a Vengorian Lord. And you can build that Lord as a Laukavai Mother of Nightmares. There you go, that's just a really quick recap, but if you want to check out that video in full, it's at the end of this one, and once we get the prices confirmed, I'll do a video going through those. I'm also going to do some videos going through the points breakdown as well, and some guesstimated prices real soon, so you can have a look at each box and decide whether or not you'd like to add them to your collection. Now on to the rumour engine. Again, I say it every week, I'm rubbish at this, I can never figure out who these are going to be for. Yeah, I've just got no idea whatsoever. But let me know down below your guesses. When I first saw it, I thought, is this Ideneth Deepkin? But it can't be, can it? Is it? I'm not sure. No idea whatsoever. Let me know your thoughts, though. It'd be great to hear. Right, now let's have a look at this article, which was pretty good. Summon the Evergreen Hunt with Balthanos, First Thorn of Kurnoth. This was come out on the 24th of October, and this is going to give you the free rules so you could play him. And really good. I'm so happy they've done this. And even though you can only get this model at the moment with the Blades of Balthanos box set, so you get the other models included, I think the price worked out not so bad. It was definitely the best way of doing it if you haven't got any of the models included. And being able to get these rules for free is just a really good idea. And if you want to have a look at those, I'm not going to break it down. Sylvaneth are not an army I'm that familiar with, but interesting rules, and not as good as the next one that we're going to look at though, that Draconith Skywing. Wait till you see that. I'm really happy with what they've put together there. So I thought we could spend a bit more time just looking on that one rather than going over each one. But that's the Sylvaneth new model. But here we go. We can lead armies of Sauron Draconith now with Ionis Cryptborn. And when I saw the rules for this that came out earlier in the week, I was like, whoa, this sounds really fun. I could definitely imagine this fitting in with my army at the moment. And having an all-dragon army seems pretty cool as well. And again, if you buy the box set, which is the only way you can get hold of the model at the moment, it's pretty reasonably priced if you compare it to the individual prices, and then you can get the rules for free here. And to be fair, if you buy a model, you should always get the rules for free, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm going to go into this a little bit more detail as we work through the video. But all you do is you click on the link at the bottom of the article, and you can go and download this then. And it's got all the details, all the points value there, 400 points for this guy. But I couldn't find it on the Warhammer community page today, so I flicked down to the bottom of the Sylvaneth article, and there you can see Draconith Skywing. If you can't see it either, that's where you're going to find it, and then that opens the article, and then you'll be able to download the War Scroll for Ionis 2. I really enjoyed reading that article and having a look at some of the weapon options you're going to get for this and some of the abilities as well. And it's really good. It's about time, actually, that the Stormcast Eternals, especially the dragons, got themselves a new monstrous rampage. But if you go and download the War Scroll, here you can see it, one nice big A4 sheet. And if we just zoom in on the top part, we can have a look at the movement, which is going to be nice, starting at 14 inches, going down to 8 as you take more damage. Nice 16 wounds, saving on a 3+, bravery 9, and for 400 points, I think you're getting quite a lot with this guy, including that Spirit Scouring Flames, 12-inch range. You get 9 attacks, and every weapon choice here is 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, but the Scouring Flames are -2 rend, which is great for a ranged weapon like this. Damage 1, and then you've got the melee weapons there with range going from 1, 2 and 3, numerous attacks, and then you're going to, again, hitting on 3s, wounded on 3s, -1 or 2 rend, or if you have a look down at the damage table, you can see it could be -3 on the Time-Worn Fangs, and they're going to deal damage 3, so that's pretty nice. I really like the sound of this. Potential for some nice damage at range, and when you get up close, he's certainly going to do some damage there as well. And then we've got all the abilities as well that go along with this too. Each time a wound caused by an attack made with that Spirit Scouring Flames is allocated to an enemy unit, their soul burns. There's potential for mortal wounds. There's another ability called Draconic Horror, and enemy units can't receive the Rally and Inspiring Presence command while they're within 12 inch of that unit. This is nice. And then you've got Scry Intense, subtract 1 from the attacks characteristic of melee weapons that target this unit to a minimum of 1. So that's very good, very much the same sort of thing we see with Krondys. And then you can also chant 2 prayers instead of 1 with this model. So that's really awesome. I love that. And then you've got Lightning Tempest as well. So a specific prayer for this guy to use. I really like this all round. Just seems really interesting. I could certainly imagine this fitting in with the army I've got going at the moment. And just trying to go all Draconith I think would be really fun. So yeah, I'm really tempted by this box set actually in this new model. Whether I get it or not is another matter. But it does look awesome. A great looking model. Having some more Stormdrake guards is never a bad thing, and if you're picking them up for the first time, this is by far the cheapest way of doing it, unless you can get hold of the magazine, the Storebringer magazine. But anyway, all round, great looking model, nicely priced in that box set, and the rules look really interesting. Obviously not going to appeal to everybody, but yeah, I think they look really good and will certainly fit in with the other dragons. Speaking of Stormbringer magazine, there's some really good news if you're in the US, because this is now going to be available. So this is awesome. And if you subscribe before the 15th of November, you'll receive this free Hagok Gutripper Boss miniature. I've subscribed to these collections in the past, not this time though, but certainly if you are new to it and you want to get some cheap models, this is a brilliant way to do it. They've done a different thing with the paint this time, where I believe you only get 2, which makes it not that great for those issues. But I think all round, you're going to make some nice savings. But if you can find it in a shop near you, you can just pop in and buy the actual issues that you want, and then that's a really good way to do it. Here in the UK, we're paying £8.99 per issue at the moment, so if you can get some models included at a good price like that, you can make some massive savings, so really worth doing. But if you can only subscribe, you're probably still going to make some really good savings too. But check out fohammer.com, they break down every issue, costs and everything included. Alright, now we're on to a bit of Black Library with Temple of Silence by Richard Strachan. And this is where we see the Vendence return in a new Black Library tale. If you watch the How Much video where I went through the pre-order prices, these 2 models are actually included in the confirmed price list for the retailers. So I thought that was a bit odd, but it makes sense now. I guess they're going to be bringing them out maybe as these are coming out, this new book at least. But there's some other older titles there, so if you're a fan of these, there's plenty to have a look through and catch up with. Right, we got a little break from Age of Sigmar during the week with some Warhammer Horus Heresy, and now you're going to get the Legions Imperialis Land Raiders. So there we go. I don't even know what's going on with this game anymore. I don't follow it whatsoever. If you've got any idea when it's coming out or going to be released, or if you've heard any rumours, please let us know down below. But it just seems odd that every Thursday there's an article pushed out for this. And when it was first revealed, I thought this is a really good idea. And I think it got lots of people's attention, but it's just dwindled now. It's been going on for so long. We're just getting little snippets here and there. No solid information as far as I can see. So yeah, not really sure what's going on with that at the moment. Just a little quick break away from Age of Sigmar as we're straight back with the Meta Watch. So here we can see now the factions and win rates, and these are the up-to-date ones now. So Ossiarch Bone Reapers right at the top there with 58%. Kharadron Overlords 57, Flesh Eater Courts just below that at 56. Right at the bottom, the Iron Jaws, they always seem to be down there. Then Fire Slayers, Skaven and Nighthaunt falling behind. Don't hear an awful lot about Nighthaunt anymore, I must admit. We were seeing them all the time when they were included in the starter sets, but yeah, almost as if they've just forgotten about them. But then you've got all the ones in the middle. My Stormcast Eternals bang on 49% there. But this is fun if you're into the tournament scene, or you like the competitive play, or you like building meta lists. If that's your thing, then there's a video there on the Warhammer community site that accompanies this info, and you can watch that. And these are usually good interviews where they talk about the up-to-date stuff. For me though, I've got the same list that I pretty much play all the time now with Stormcast Eternals. Keeps it much easier to remember all the rules. There's so many, and yeah, just fun to play some fun narrative games sometimes. Alright, then we heard a little bit about the spells being used there. We can see the Malevolent Maelstrom was the most aggressive of the predatory endless spells, with 58% win rate for armies that included it. So have you been seeing that a lot in the games you've been playing? And with the current General's Handbook, we've certainly been seeing lots of spells, and really fun. I loved what they've done with that. You're really good, and the spells that are included I think are brilliant. I love Merciless Blizzard, really fun to play. Okay, that brings us on to Star of the Week and Loser of the Week, and let's have a look at Star of the Week first. And you know what? I'm going to give this to Ionis Cryptborn, not the model itself, but the War Scroll. I think the rules sound really fun for this model. I think it'd be great to play, and even if you don't have this model, if you could proxy it with something else that you've got, it's what, 100mm base on a round base, I believe. So if you can get hold of something along those lines, any dragon model, you don't even have to buy this. You can just get the rules for free and then give it a go, see how it syncs with your army before you splash out and buy it. But really nice that the models are available free, as they should be, because if you buy the model, you should certainly be able to get the rules. Right, now time for Loser of the Week, and it's a bit difficult, nothing really stood out, so I'm just going to give it to Legius Imperialis, not so much the Land Raiders. I mean, the little models look cool, but the fact that it's just still not out, it just seems to have like died off, and it just seems weird to just have all these little bits of info dripping out with no real deadline or anything actually happening. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with my Star of the Week and Loser of the Week awards? Who would you have picked? Let me know in the comments down below. There you go then, that's the Warhammer Friday show for another week, and a massive thanks to all my sponsors and supporters again, and to you for clicking on their links. Look out for the videos coming soon where I go through all the points breakdowns and then compare all the different box set. We'll have a look at the prices too, and I did this last year, so I'll be doing the same thing to give you a really good idea about what to expect. There's lots going on for Moonstone on the channel as the week progresses, so look out for that. Also, Warlord Games, I've got a tank coming again very soon, and Raybox Games, I'm super excited about at the moment. We've got Gates of Nilheim about to drop on GameFound, and I've got some prototype miniatures to share with you this week, so look out for those. Thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gave you a good idea of what's been happening with Warhammer as the week's gone by. And I look forward to the week ahead. I hope you've got an awesome weekend ahead of you and you've got lots planned for the hobby. What are you up to? Let me know down below. It'd be great to hear what you're doing for the hobby. For now though, thanks again. If you liked the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button. Subscribe as well if you want to keep up to date with all the news. And I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.